Welcome to our deep dive into the Internet of Things communication layers. Today, we are going to explore how connected devices actually talk to each other by mapping IoT protocols to the famous OSI model. This is essential knowledge for anyone building or designing smart systems. First, let's understand the foundation. The Open Systems Interconnection, or OSI model, is the universal language of networking. It's a conceptual framework that breaks down the complex process of digital communication into 7 distinct layers, moving from the physical hardware all the way up to the software applications we use every day. However, in the world of IoT, we often work with devices that have limited battery and processing power. Because of this, the strict 7-layer model is frequently simplified. As you can see, we often group the session, presentation, and application layers into a single block to make communication more efficient for smart devices. Starting at the bottom, we have Layer 1, the physical layer. This is where the rubber meets the road. It deals with the actual hardware, cables, and radio waves. In IoT, this is usually wireless technology like Bluetooth, Zigbee radios, or cellular signals. It's all about transmitting raw bits of 0 and 1. Moving up to Layer 2, the data link layer. This layer is responsible for reliable node-to-node transfer. It uses media access control, or MAC addresses, to identify devices. Technologies like Wi-Fi and LoRaWAN operate heavily here, ensuring that data frames don't collide and reach the correct immediate neighbor. Layer 3 is the network layer. This is where routing happens. If you need to send a message across the world or just across a large mesh network, this layer handles the addressing and path selection. In IoT, we use protocols like IP6 and 6LoWPAN to give every tiny sensor its own IP address. Layer 4, the transport layer, manages the reliability of the connection. Here we have a big choice: TCP, which guarantees delivery but is heavier, or UDP, which is faster but doesn't guarantee the message arrives. Many IoT devices prefer UDP to save battery and bandwidth. Finally, at the top, we have the application layer. This is where the actual data payload lives and where users interact. Protocols like MQTT, CoAP, and HTTP define how data is formatted and exchanged. Whether it's a temperature reading or a command to turn on a light, it happens here. It is important to understand how data flows through these layers. This is called encapsulation. When your application sends data, it gets wrapped in a transport header, then a network header, and finally a data link header and footer before being turned into signals. The receiving device then unwraps it in reverse order. To wrap up, remember that layers help organize the complexity of networks. IoT simplifies the traditional model for efficiency, and your choice of protocols at each layer, like choosing UDP over TCP, will directly impact your device's battery life and performance. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.